doing good. I am outside today, which is so delightful. Hope you all are excited to get moving and stretching. We're gonna place a big, huge emphasis today on inner thighs. I'm feeling playful, so if you know me, that means today might be a little bit more energetic than some other times. So hopefully you're up for the challenge. Get yourself all set up and organized. Let's do this. Let's have some fun. Start standing on your mat. We're gonna go with a nice wide-legged stance and hands on the thighs. Toes are welcome to be pointed outward. We're just gonna rock it side to side and open up the inner hips. If you were with me last night, I taught class in front of a fireplace, and I was extremely sore from chopping all of this wood that you see beside me. And the fireplace was very hot and sweaty, but I actually feel really loose today, even though I worked really hard yesterday. So that was actually a pleasant surprise. Hope you guys are feeling a little loose yourselves. We will be more so after this. Just a couple more back and forths here. Just waking up the inner thighs. All right, and let's come on down to hands and knees. On your hands and knees, we're gonna do some hip rotations. We're gonna alternate sides. So you're gonna do one leg and then the other, and that is gonna look like this. Step your left leg behind you, take that knee up for the sky, creating a semicircle, an arch. Tap that foot as close as you can outside of this hand, and then take it back the way you can. With control, nice and slow, to warm up that whole hip socket. Let's take it on the other side. Right leg back, up, and around. And left leg, up and around. We're gonna go a couple more on each side. Getting the outer hips to turn on, those muscles to be able to help us out in the stretches later on. Creating heat in those hips, getting them all loosened up. And one more on each side. Oh yeah. And let's get into some side stretches. So releasing the outer hip, we're gonna step the left leg back one more time and roll open to a side stretch. And we're gonna go somewhat rapidly back and forth. So back to hands and knees, and then we'll take it on the other side. Right leg back, right arm up and over. And just kind of move fluidly here. Left side, right side, back and forth. Just waking it all up, moving. Doesn't have to be too formal yet. Oh yeah. And then we're gonna just take a nice wide-legged child's pose, so knees nice and far apart. Push those hips back. Take a reach out in front of you, stretch long. Take a nice deep breath. Child's pose. Just stretch out that spine, take some deep breaths, get in touch with your breathing. Use those deep breaths to help support your movements, to help you get deeper into the movements, to help the stretches to release better. A couple more big deep breaths. Let's take it to down dog. Lift the hips, move it around, take some deep breaths. We're going to wake up the back of the body, the hamstrings, for the next few stretches. Lift those heels, walk yourself to the top of the mat, forward fold. Relax head, neck, and shoulders. Take a nice deep breath, let it go. We're going to roll up nice and slowly on this first one. Roll up, standing all the way. You're welcome to reach the arms overhead if you want. And then take just a nice, comfortable, easy forward fold back to the mat. Take a half lift by flattening up your back. Hands to shins. Feel that big stretch in the hamstrings. Stick your tailbone out. And place the hands on the mat. Step your feet back to down dog. Take 2 deep breaths in down dog. Lift your heels, rounding your back. Make your way forward to the top in forward fold. And we'll repeat 1 breath in forward fold. Inhale, roll yourself upright to stand. Shoulders back and down. Now reach the hands up high, inhale. And forward fold, exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, back to down dog. 1 more deep breath in down dog. We'll repeat that circuit 1 more time. Lift heels, round back, walk it forward to fold. 1 deep breath in forward fold. Inhale, roll up. Shoulders back and down. Arms overhead, reach tall. Forward fold, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Feel hamstrings, flat back, booty out. Step back to down dog. Nice job. Down dog, 3 deep breaths. We're going to step the feet slowly apart and get wider and wider and start to really get into the inner thighs. So we're going to step like 1 or 2 inches apart from each other and walk the hands backward 1 or 2 inches towards the feet. Lift the tailbone. Take a deep breath. Walk the feet a little wider. Walk the hands a little closer. Lift the tailbone. Take a deep breath. Wider feet, closer hands, deep breath. 2 more times, a little wider, little closer. We're at the back of the mat. And the widest your legs can comfortably go at this point. I know we haven't done a lot of stretching, so be careful here. Relax in a wide leg forward fold. Lift your back flat. Really feel those inner thighs. Take 2 more deep breaths here. And walk the hands forward and make your way to plank position. So feet back together, hip width apart. Plank pose. Hold plank for a few deep breaths. Tighten up that core. Nice long line. And push the hips back up to down dog. Back of the body stretch, down dog, lift hips. And let's just move the spine around a bit. Set the knees down nice and wide. We're going to push the hips back to child's pose. We're going to slide forward and backward from child's pose to seal, waking up the back. Opening up the chest. Do you hear that frog? That's so cool. I don't know if you can hear it. There's a frog like somewhere really close to me. Okay, we're going to open up the chest on the inhale forward. That's an inhale. Careful here. And the exhale back to child's pose. Hips to heels. Inhale forward, open chest. Exhale backward, child's pose. Give me 3 more of those. Nice and flowy, nice and smooth. Breathe deep. Meet in child's pose, hips back on heels. Take a little breather. And tuck toes. We're going to walk the hands backward to the back of the mat. Lift the knees up so we're in a nice deep squat. So you should look like this or something similar, but at the back of your mat. Nice deep squat. And I always find it helps to kind of like move around a little bit when you're first getting warmed up. So things are still kind of stiff, they're hanging on. Feel free to kind of like rock it out, let it open. You don't have to be completely still and just like dying because it's so tight. Let that open up. Let's work on some shoulder mobility here. So we're going to keep the right hand on the floor. This is going to be a bit of effort, especially for those of you that are tight and aren't able to get those hips very low. So warning, you're going to start getting warm here. We're going to take the left hand nice and open and just do like a light little twist behind, just a little opener. Go again on that same arm, just a big circle. Open up that chest. Oh, yeah. And then on the other side, so that left hand sits down in between, take the right hand high, big stretch, big breath, open, and around, and one more big breath. Man, that frog is going for it. And nice deep breath. We're going to take both arms overhead, lift and hold. You got this, open chest. And hands to the floor, take forward fold, take a little break, nice. We're gonna lift the hands to shins with a flat back, hamstring stretch. Pull your core in and walk yourself forward to plank. Hold that plank, keeping heat in the body. Take one more deep breath here. Lift the hips and walk the feet forward to the top of the mat. Forward fold at the top of the mat. Feeling some heat in those legs now. Half lift again, flat back. And let's step into some lunges. We're going to take the right leg back. Long reverse lunge. Step it forward, and then the left leg back. So we're just gonna smoothly go back and forth here. I'm gonna let you decide kind of what breathing pattern you want to rely on here. Just make sure that you're aware of your breath and you're using it to help you move and pace and release. Couple times more. Stretching out the hip flexors, the fronts of the legs. We're going to meet with the left leg back. So find your low lunge with the right foot forward and the left leg back. Go ahead and pop that knee down. We aren't here for long though, guys. Take the arms overhead, tight core, one deep breath. Hands right back to the floor and the right foot out a little wider. So out to the edge of the mat. One deep breath, sink. And we'll swap it out. So that foot back to the middle. I know I'm going kind of quick today. Hope you guys are keeping up. We're getting warm. Back foot forward fold. Half lift, inhale. Right leg back to low lunge. Exhale. Back knee down. One breath, arms overhead. Hands to the floor. Left foot out nice and wide. One deep breath, sink. Left foot back in between. Lift back knee, take down dog, so headed backwards. All right, we're warming up. 2 deep breaths in down dog. We're gonna do something a little crazy here. You guys might not like it. Go ahead and watch for a second while I demo, and then you can join me whenever you're ready. So from down dog, we're gonna step left leg outside of left hand, and then right leg outside of right hand, so we're in squat, and then take it back. Left leg back, right leg back. Join me. Left leg outside of left hand, right leg outside of right hand. Left leg back. Right leg back. Let's switch it the other side. Right leg forward. Left leg forward. Right leg back. Left leg back. Good. One more time. Right leg. And left. And right. And left. Good job. Down dog. 3 deep breaths. Slide forward to plank. Knees down, open chest, seal pose. Hips back, child's pose. All right, got the heart pumping. Take some deep breaths, grab water if you want, just a little moment of recovery and rest here. Catch your breath, slow everything down a bit, get centered. What's going on with my body today? How are we doing? Little check-in. All right, let's keep things moving. Let's lift the hips back to down dog. You guys are doing great. Hang in there. It's Friday. We got like 20 more minutes. All right. Lift both heels. Make your way to the top of the mat. We're going to take the feet outside, back into that deep squat. So it'll look something like this. And we are going to drop the butt, taking our deep squat. Look up, chest open, butt low. Take a big inhale. And exhale, wide leg forward fold. I'll show you the front version. Drop butt, inhale, lift chest. Exhale, forward fold. Give me 2 more rounds. Inhale, open. Exhale, lower. And back down to the squat we go. Couple deep breaths here. Option to lift the arms overhead. I'm going to try it out. It burns. Open up those thighs. Take a deep, slow breath. And set the hands down. Walk the feet a little narrower. Regular forward fold. Take half lift, flat back. Let's not neglect the outer hips. We're just going to do a little bit of stretching on these outer hips here. So in that flat back position, I hope you guys can hear that frog. He is just like going crazy. I don't see him, but he's got to be so close. I feel like he's like trying to join us. Okay, maybe we'll find him later. So flat back, we're going to keep the right hand down and take the left hand to the sky. Bend this right knee and really lift and lengthen this left leg. So we're opening up the outer left side. Big breath in here, reach. Let's switch it out. Left hand down, bend the left knee, right hand to the sky. We'll go slowly back and forth a couple times. Left hand to the sky, breathe. And right hand to the sky. One more time on each side. Left hand up. And right hand up. Both hands to the floor, forward fold, give your low back a break. Take a flat back half lift. We're going to head to a low lunge. Take left foot back to low lunge. Way back behind. I'll give you the choice to keep that knee up or down. Totally your choice if you're looking to really burn some calories today or if you need to take it a little more gently. Either is 100% fine. So we are working on inner thighs here. We're gonna bend this right knee deeply and lower the belly button. Let's get the belly button as close to the floor as we possibly can. Be careful. Bend the elbows. Keep that chest open. I'm gonna go ahead and set my back knee down. And take 3 smooth, deep breaths. And we'll try it on the other side. Pick up that back knee. Okay, crazy transition here. We're gonna try that big step into our deep squat. The back foot is gonna come forward outside this front hand. Lift the hips, step it forward, deep squat. Hooah! Nice, deep squat, open chest. Are you with me? Forward fold. Repeat on the other side, half lift. Right leg back. Left foot out. Lower belly. Bend elbows. Breathe deep. And here we go for that big squat step. Lift the hips high, lift. Step the right foot outside of the right hand. Hi-ya, squat. Drop the butt, open chest, take a breath. Hell yeah. And return to forward fold. Legs are right under you. Nice job. Take half lifts. We're going to step the left leg back again, the left leg back to low lunge. And we're going to walk to the middle of the mat. So hands are going to go over to the left side and rotate 90 degrees. So we're wide leg on the mat. And we're going to point the toes straight ahead. Having a flat back for now. So fingers touching down, lift your tailbone back behind you. I want you to just spend a minute here and see if you can do like a cat-cow type of a movement with your back. So can you get your back to sway? So if I'm in my wide leg position and it's kind of like, oh, I can't get down there, can you drop your belly and stick out your butt just a little more? Just work on that for a second. Lift that tailbone. Give me one more nice deep breath. And take your time going into your wide leg forward fold. All the way down, head relaxing to the floor. Just releasing, submitting to that stretch, letting go and breathing smoothly. Lift your chest, flat back. Hope you're doing okay. Hope those thighs are feeling good. We're going to turn the heels in and the toes out. And just like at the beginning, bring those hands back to the thighs and kind of move it back and forth. Ooh, just a little bit different area of those inner hips, inner thighs. We're going to keep going. We're just going to keep getting deeper into these inner thighs. So we're going to carefully keep this position, but bring the hands down to the floor. And we're going to straighten out one leg. So I'm straightening out my right leg. I'm going to adjust my width so I got a little bit longer here. And I'm just slowly going to go back and forth using the hands on the floor to help support. You can do this however you need to. We just want to be gentle because this is deep. And get those inner thighs to open. I'm trying to keep this heel down right here. If it doesn't stay down, that's okay. I just don't want you to be way up here. That's going to be a little rough on the knee. So effort to keep this heel kind of low. This heel a little bit low. Drop those heels, take it slow. And then let's pick a side and pause. So I'm going to go back to my original side, my left knee bent, my right leg straight. I'm just going to hold this stretch, deep, huge stretch on this inner thigh. Careful. Using the hands to help support a little bit. Keep the chest open. Woo! Sheesh. Usually this one's not quite so intense for me. I'm feeling it today. Okay, careful, back to the other side. Here we go, other side. Left leg straight, right knee bent. Gentle. Happy hips. All right, carefully back to center. So both knees bent, back flat. All right, and then we're gonna return to a low lunge at the top of the mat. So my right foot at the top of the mat in my low lunge, and step back to down dog, careful. Oh yeah. Give me 2 more nice deep breaths in down dog. And we're going to bring it to hands and knees. Find your way to hands and knees. And give me 3 slow cat-cows. Stretch out that back. Make sure it's kind of released. That we haven't been straining the neck or shoulders. One more deep cat-cow. Inhale, look up. Drop belly. Exhale, round, look down. Take a flat back. And we're going to get back to the outer hips just a little, just to keep everything balanced. Let's step the left foot directly behind. Nice long leg. So I want you to really activate out the back of that heel. So that leg is feeling really long. And then we're going to step it over to the right side. So across your body, over to the left side. Take a look over your right shoulder at that heel, feeling this outer hip stretch. 3 deep breaths. And bring that foot straight back behind you, nice and long. Back to hands and knees, and give me 1 smooth, gentle cat-cow. And that outer hip stretch on the other side. The right leg steps back, nice and active, nice and long, core engaged. Right foot over to the left side, and looking over the left shoulder. Stay active with that heel. Give me 3 more deep breaths. And step that leg straight back behind you. Awesome. And hands and knees. Give me 1 cat-cow. We took these side stretches at the beginning. We'll repeat a little more slowly now. Left leg steps back. Left hand goes to the sky. My back foot is dropping so that it's planted flat. And opening up that left side of the body. Again, just kind of keeping things balanced. So we should feel this more on the outside of the hip than the inside where we were. Ugh. And return slow to hands and knees. Give me a cat-cow. And we'll take it on the other side. Right leg back, plant the foot, right arm open, 3 breaths. Return to hands and knees. Give me one more cat-cow here. We're going to slide the hips back to heels and take a child's pose. We are going to slow things down a bit and take some deeper holding, slow stretches. So I just want you to take a second in child's pose to kind of refocus, gain control of that smooth breath, and just take a center, check in, what's going on with your body, breathe. Turn back upright, and we're going to take a seat on our mat, on your butt. Continuing our inner thigh work, bring the soles of the feet to touch and let the knees go wide apart from each other. Use your hands on your ankles to help lift you into a nice lifted chest position, feeling the inner thighs stretch. Open up that chest, lift. Belly button forward. Breathe 3 deep breaths. And we'll switch the other direction. We're going to let the feet slide out in front of you, maybe like 1.5 feet out away from your groin. So the knees are able to be a little wider, the feet are out in front, and this time we're going to round the back. So let yourself come all the way forward, get comfortable, just release forward. Give me 5 deep breaths there. Slowly to sit up. We're going to cross the legs comfortably, whatever that feels like for you. Just a more comfortable, natural position, and take some side bends. So left hand by left lap first, and right hand up and over. Take a nice deep breath. We're going to move to the pace of the breath here, so a little more quickly. Right hand to the floor, inhale, exhale over into that stretch. Inhale to lift, exhale into the stretch. Slow and steady with the breath. Let's go one more time on each side. And let's stay attentive to those outer hips. We're going to take a deep outer hip stretch here. So 2 options. If you've been with me long, you know the options. You're going to either put your left hand or left foot in front, like I am here. The legs are pretty like open and splayed. Or if that feels like, oh yeah, I can do that pretty easy, not too big of a deal, you can move on to the second level. If that feels like already kind of a stretch on the outer hips, just stay there. You don't need to push it too crazy. If it felt okay to you, you can try option 2, which is foot on top of knee, knee on top of foot. I'm a little tight today, so this knee doesn't like want to go down super easily, so I'm just gonna like be really gentle with that and not force it. We're gonna use the hands on the mat to carefully lift chest forward and bring the belly button out away from you as far forward as you can. Take 5 deep breaths. Really gently, slowly take your time. Let's check the other side. So we're gonna come out of this. So the other side might be more flexible or less. We're gonna test right foot outside and see how that feels. My knee's a little elevated, so I might not be able to do the stack today very well. We'll see. Or option to put the ankle on top of knee, knee on top of ankle. Well, that's not too bad. We'll hang out there. So we want everything to be kind of square, those feet out away from us, the shins parallel with each other, and then we're going to use the hands to pull the belly button forward and open chest. 5 breaths. Trying to reach the hips down and reach the chest away. The stretch should be a little stronger on the right outer hip. And we're going to release out of this carefully, slowly, and let the legs straighten out in front of you. Legs out in front, shake them out if they need to, just a little, get some blood back in them. And we'll take a 5 breath forward fold, just stretched out over these legs. Let yourself fold. Knees can be as bent as you want to, as they need to. Let yourself relax, let the head completely hang. Take your time. Release out of it slowly, and we're going to roll onto our back. Yay! Onto the back. I think I'm going to go this direction. Just give you a second to let the spine and all the muscles of your back relax into that floor. We're going to let the knees touch together. So touch the 2 knees together with the knees bent like I have mine. Walk the feet apart from each other until you get a nice, kind of weird stretch on the inner hip, outer hip, internal rotation of the hips, which we don't stretch out very often. The reverse of what we've done for most of today. Just let those hips cave. The feet can go as wide apart as you want. Breathe and relax. We're starting to chill things out, so just giving the body signals to slow down. Just for the last 5 minutes, we're going to be calmer, slower, softer. And just really slowly walk the feet back together. Let's take a gentle happy baby. We did all that awesome hip opening. Let's take advantage of it and see how our happy baby goes. Take the knees nice and wide into the armpits. And then you're going to go hands in between the thighs, so inside. Grab the outside of the foot. And then keep that tailbone on the floor. So booty on the floor. Drop that tailbone. This is going to be plenty for probably most of you. Just keeping the tailbone open and using the hands to widen the knees is a lot by itself. If you are amazingly open hips, go ahead and try to reach the feet up towards the sky, but keep that tailbone down. Feet pressing towards the floor. Still using the hands to bring the knees down and open. And then if you're really amazingly flexible, you can try to straighten out the legs, which I cannot really do. Straighten out those legs, and that is your happy baby. Drop the shoulders and take a few more deep breaths. carefully bring everything back in, knees into chest. Where are we at? We got a couple more minutes. We'll take a little twist. We're just going to take a really simple twist that should feel really good on the outer hips. And we're going to set the feet down and walk them far apart again. So like when the knees were touching, touch those knees, feet apart. And let both knees drop over to the right side. So both knees open, arms apart. And just nice big open twisting position for the back, for the hips. If you want to add a little bit of intensity to this hip stretch, just stack carefully the right foot on top of that knee to add a little pressure. I'm going to keep mine off today, but you're welcome to do whatever feels comfortable. Nice open chest, knees drop to the right. Give me 4 deep breaths here. And take your time, move the knees over to the other side, both knees over to the left. You can test that left knee on top, or left foot on top of right knee if you want. I'm not going to today, and we're just gonna breathe. 4 more deep breaths. And turn back onto your back with your knees into the chest, slowly, carefully. And give yourself a nice long last big huge stretch, arms overhead, big huge stretch, reach, breathe. You did it. You guys rock. Nice job. Thanks for joining me. I hope you feel amazing. Drop me a comment if you have any questions about any of the poses or if anything's feeling funky. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to connect with you.
1, 2, 3.